So this video is for the evangelicals, the Christians, and any other religious group out there, especially the Christians. Okay, so as an atheist, people believe that I wouldn't know a damn thing about religion, about the Bible, or anything like that. Quite the contrary. I'm an atheist because I do know about it, but I've formed my own thought processes and opinions about it. I was even actually what's called an acolyte, which is the Methodist version of altar boy. So, I am also very interested in religion and the psychology behind it, because there's that religious mentality that is just like and very similar to cult mentality. I'll get into that another time or after I make my point, whichever. So there's something that I need to express to y'all. Okay. Now, I'm going to preface this with keep in mind that he was selling autographed Bibles to the MAGA Republicans. Okay? Keep that in mind. Y'all liked him because of his Christian family views. Alright. With that being said, now remember, he was selling Bibles that he autographed. Why capitalize off the Word of God if you're a true Christian? Just saying. That's the first point. So, now with that being said, for all the Christians who align with MAGA because they claim to be about the Bible and Jesus, remember a wolf in sheep's clothing, okay? Remember what the Bible predicts about the rising of the Antichrist. And now I'm going to read a couple Bible verses for you about it, because me as an atheist, I don't know anything about the Bible. I'm just a gay little old hairdresser from Daytona Beach, okay? So, this is Matthew 24:24. For false messiahs and false prophets will appear, and will produce great signs and wonders in order to deceive, if possible, even the elect. There, okay. So, this one comes from Thessalonians 2:3-12. Do not let anyone deceive you in any way, for that day will not come unless the rebellion comes first, and the man of lawlessness is revealed, the son of destruction, who opposes and who exalts himself over every so-called God or object of worship, so that he sits down in the temple of God, proclaiming that he himself is God. Do you not remember that, or do you remember that while we were still with you, we were saying these things to you? And you know that which restrains him now, so that he will be revealed to his own. It seems that Trump is very lawless because he's getting away with so much stuff right now. Things that anybody else would be in prison for life for. Just saying that. So, that was Thessalonians 2:3-12. So now this one comes from John 2:18-22. Children, it is the last hour, and just as you have heard that Antichrist is coming, even now many Antichrists have arisen, by which we know that is the last hour. They went out from us, but they were not of us. If they had been of us, they would have remained with us, but they went out in order that it might be shown that all of them who are not of us, and you have anointed them from the Holy One. And you know, I have not written to you because you do not know the truth. Okay, so how do I say this? The Democrats have been screaming the truth at y'all for I don't know how long, but y'all didn't want to hear it, okay? You just got out of it what you wanted to get out of it, and you didn't hear what you didn't want to hear. Okay, I'm going to calm down now, because that is exactly what's going on. These religious groups. Now, the following thing, let me show you what I mean. This here is about what MAGA translates to in multiple different languages, okay? So, I researched it and found out that it's 100% true. It's funny what a couple minutes of a little bit of research will do, and I know the research, that word research, scares the shit out of Trump Republicans, especially MAGA, all right? Especially MAGA. Why do you think that they're trying to dismantle the Department of Education here? Because they want you all to stay dumb and ignorant, okay? And if you don't believe me after I read this, try looking it up for yourself. And I swear the results are going to surprise the hell out of you, unless you're part of MAGA. And you know, this whole time, MAGA Republicans were saying it was the Democrats who were devil-worshipping baby killers. Okay, so now that I've said that, let me continue and read this part to you, okay? MAGA, or Magus, is the name for the highest rank in the Christian church, or not Christian, the highest rank in the Church of Satan. MAGA, in Latin, translates to witch. MAGA in Portuguese translates to magician, sorceress, wizard. MAGA in Japanese means wickedness, evil, calamity, and disaster. In Nigeria, MAGA is a slang word meaning sucker, fraud, victim, or easily fooled idiot. In Zulu, MAGA means lies. In Dragon, MAGA means dragon in Sundanese. MAGA means sorceress and female magician in Italian. Mago for male magicians. And in Spanish, MAGA means magician. So y'all have the audacity to call us, as Democrats, devil-worshipping baby killers, when right here it explains MAGA and Magus, especially this part, Magus being the name for the highest rank in the Church of Satan. Like, is this a coincidence? I think not. And you know what? Here's this. I actually did do the research. I did, because as somebody who can think for themselves, as not part of the Orange Kool-Aid group, I did research. Even though I know that scares MAGA, and every single Trump supporter out there, having knowledge and doing research to find the truth is scary to y'all. I get it. I get it, because y'all don't want to think for yourselves. But guess what? Sometimes you have to. Sometimes you need to do research before you fucking vote. You feel me? Do the research before you fucking vote, so that way you don't go out there ignorant, cast your vote, and then think, oh shit, I should have known something before I went out and said, Trump is my daddy. So, I went from Latin to English. MAGA in Latin is witch in English. So that is for all y'all Christians out there who say we as Democrats, we're the devil worshippers. And I know everyone out there thinks that just because I am atheist, it means that I don't know shit about religion. I have studied religion. I have studied psychology. I have studied law. I have studied the psychology behind religion, the psychology behind cults. The two of them align. It's the same thing, and I'll tell you why. So, the psychology of a cult. You don't want to have to think for yourself or worry or feel certain emotions that are, let's say, not good for you to feel. Okay, so what do? You give it all up to the leader of your cult. Let's take Jim Jones, for example. They all gave it up to Jim Jones, okay? And guess how that ended up? Oh, they're all dead. They committed suicide because they gave it up to him. Now, let's take the Hale-Bopp people. They thought that Applewhite was their supreme being, okay? And he was their god or whatever. But he was going to take them to the higher land. But what they had to do first was kill themselves by drinking, again, Kool-Aid. What is with this Kool-Aid? So they did that. They drank the Kool-Aid so they can latch on to the tail of a comet to be taken to a higher land. Now let's take Scientology. Okay. Now Scientology is considered a church. It is considered a religion. And it is tax exempt for those reasons. But we all know that Scientology is an epic business designed to fool their members to spend all their money to get to a certain thetan level or a level of devoutness within their church, okay? While it's ruining the members' lives. All right. We all know the horrible shit that goes on in Scientology. I'm sure everybody's heard about it, yada yada. If not, do some research. I know I'm freaking MAGA out by saying research. Okay. Oh. So, do some research on Scientology. You'll find out. So here's the difference between the cult mentality and religious mentality. So, it's all the same. People are like, I don't want to worry. I don't want to have fear. I don't want to be in pain. I don't want to hurt. So I'm going to give it to God. Okay, that's what these cult members did with their leaders. They gave it up to them because they didn't want to have to do the legwork themselves. So, the difference between cults and a religion. A cult, you have a tangible supreme being who you can touch, you can talk to, have conversation with, and hear, all in the physical realm, right? Every cult, you have a physical being. Now, with religion, you've never met, you've never talked to, you've never touched, you've never heard. In reality, you've never heard, touched, talked to, had a conversation with, sat down and had a cup of Kool-Aid with what y'all would call God, right? So, I find it very funny. Out of a cult and a religion, who is going more on blind faith? It kind of points to religion. Now, whatever. Have religious beliefs, that's fine. Don't push them on me. Don't push them on other people in this country because that's how you feel this country needs to be ran. That's not. So, I guess the point of this, if y'all actually knew who it was you were voting for, or who that person even is as a human being, and did a little scary research, I think you would have realized, oh, maybe the son of a bitch doesn't really align with the way I think. Because, let's not forget, religious people. MAGA, or Magus, is the name for the highest rank in the Church of Satan. MAGA translates to witch in Latin. MAGA in Portuguese means magician, sorceress, wizard. MAGA in Japanese means wickedness, evil, calamity, disaster. MAGA in Nigerian is a slang word meaning sucker, fraud victim, or easily fooled idiot. MAGA in Zulu means lies. MAGA in Sundanese means dragon. And in Italian, MAGA means sorceress, or if it's male, mago, male magician. And then in Spanish, MAGA means magician, right? So I hate to say it to all these religious groups and fanatics who are like, oh, he aligns with my beliefs. He is a God-fearing Christian. He signed Bibles and fucking sold them to his cult members, right? Yeah, we don't forget that. Why sell and capitalize off the word of God? But see, religion translates in so many different ways to where y'all can hear what you want to hear, translate it into ways that it fits your narrative, and you can be so oblivious to not hearing what you don't want to hear. Sorry to break it to y'all, but I think y'all just elected the fucking Antichrist. So, good luck with that. I hope the rapture saves you.